episode 63 of Series 3 of Become a Legend Story Mode. Absolutely colossal episode today. Some really big games. Manchester City, Levante and then Manchester United. And we begin in the FA Cup. And it is going to be, well, the big guns. And we've been embarrassed by them this season. But we're on an incredible run of form at the moment. Not just Eggy, but Chelsea as a whole have been excellent. Let's take a look at how we're lining up. Eggy, sideways form, not ideal. Morata, as we said, he's turned his life around. He seems to have found his shooting boots. They do exist. So hopefully he can keep them going today against Van Dijk and Laporte. Difficult back two to go up against. Barkley and Loftus-Cheek either side of Kante. That's probably the ideal midfield. Van Ginkel's been great, but that is excellent. And they're both on blue arrows today. Trent is in. We've got the right two centre-backs. Everything looking good. I would have probably preferred Nelson Semedo over Tony Lato, but we can't have it all. Obviously, big task for Eggy today is up against Mendy at left back for Manchester City. He's a real test, but Lichtsteiner at right back, we could get at him. Hopefully Eden Hazard can continue his good form. No Sergio Aguero, but an 87 rated Gabriel Jesus is certainly scary. They've brought in Saul as well. Sane and Bernardo Silva also up top. Very similar formations, two teams playing really good football at the moment. This could be an absolute FA Cup classic. Let's get into it. So a little update on Eggy's real life career. Obviously he's at Lechia Gdansk in the Polish league. He was on the bench of Lechia Gdansk, played Lechia Warsaw, God I can barely, too many Polish words. Unfortunately they lost 3-1, he didn't get on, but he did play for the reserve side or the under-23 side this week. Got 2 assists for them, so he's still kicking on, still playing, he's fit again. But well, we're in a slightly bigger scenario now. Absolutely huge game here. Bernardo Silva now into De Bruyne. Oh, it's a delicious ball into Jesus, who hits it first time. First effort of the game from either side. It was an optimistic one. Oh, neatly worked here. Leroy Sané's ball in. Will it find Bernardo Silva? It will. But the winger heads it over the bar. Another great chance for Manchester City. Chelsea on the ropes a little bit here. Lichtsteiner, edge of the box. Experienced right back, and that is saying something. Plays it out to Bernardo Silva. Loops the ball in. Surely Gabriel Jesus not going to win that one. But it's out only as far as Fabian Delph. And now De Bruyne. You don't want to give him too much space in this position as he'll pick out Leroy Sané. Oh, it was coming. It was coming. They just seem impenetrable in this game. I mean, it's pretty realistic, I guess. But yeah, it's just the inevitability is what crushes you when you're playing against Manchester City. It's a good header away. No one closing De Bruyne down anywhere near quickly enough. You can't give him that much space. Sané easily ahead of Dave, and we're behind here without even so much of a sniff of Manchester City's goal. I don't even know if they've got a goalkeeper in today. Not seen it. We've not seen the goal. Miranda, that's a good ball into Eggy. He needs to be more dynamic here, and he steps away from Fabian Delph there. Lovely hold-up play to find Lato eventually. Ball into the box. Oh, who are you aiming for there? Good opportunity. Wasted. Barkley, nice ball out to Lato. Looks early now for Eden Hazard. Need to match him up against Lichtsteiner as much as possible. Oh, that's neatly worked. Eggy's made the near post run. Can he cut it back now for Morata? First chance for Alvaro Morata, and it is not a particularly convincing one. It's unlucky. Better. Free kick here for Manchester City on the verge of half-time here. Kevin De Bruyne, this is surely too far away for a go on goal. It's not. It's not going to trouble Kepa, who takes it down. And that will be half-time here at Stamford. I don't know, is it Stamford Bridge? No. Yep, yeah, it would be Stamford Bridge. And it's been tricky, as we expected. Positives, we're only a goal down, despite having fuck all possession and only 1 shot. Negatives, obviously everything else, and Eggy is tired. He's run himself into the ground. He's had to do so much work tracking Benjamin Mendy. Hopefully, with the left-back's forward runs, there will be space, which he vacates, but we need the ball to do that, and we don't have the ball. Sarri's going to have to work some serious motivational magic in this half-time break. Oh, Eggy nicks it back off Laporte. And he can find Hazard here. Oh, ball into Morata. This is really well worked. Eggy into the box. We'll get the shot off. Oh, it's a stinging effort. And we've come out of the blocks here in this second half. Eggy putting Laporte under a lot of pressure. Winning it back there. Finding Hazard. Morata couldn't work the effort. Then Eggy was found there, edge of the box. And he's let off a snapshot. Ederson didn't look confident that that wasn't going in. He was at full stretch. Better, much better. Corner here for City. De Bruyne puts it in. Sane in a dangerous run at the far post. Eggy could get to this though, and there could be a counter-attack on. As he'll speed away from Bernardo Silva. He's not got the legs to catch him. Got Van Ginkel making a good run. Morata's also made a smart run, and that's a good ball in from Eggy. Hazard and Eggy making their way into the box here. Morata, though, goes with the... What was that a shot? Please say me that wasn't a shot. Oh, Kante couldn't find us there either. Eggy out wide, surely fouled by Mendy there. Will play on, apparently. He wants it down the line. Can he keep this in? He can. Can he get a good ball into the box? It's a decent one. Laporte will clear. Not only as far as Kante. Into Van Ginkel. Oh, it's a cheeky ball over the top. Could fall to Eggy here. Van Dijk with an important header. That was close. Now Jesus down the other end. Lovely first touch from the Brazilian. Miranda tries to win it back, but he doesn't do much. Kepa gets there. Oh, good ball in from Van Ginkel. Eggy over the top looking for Morata. Laporte does enough. We're knocking on the door, but with only 8 minutes left, it's probably going to be too little too late. Eggy's very tired. I wouldn't be surprised to see him substituted. Ball into the box now, though. Can we get something? Not long left. It's a good one. Eggy's there with a header. Glances it well wide. Unlucky. Found the space. Just couldn't do anything with it. Not long left here. Could be one final chance. As Eggy turns away from Mendy. Can't find the pass into Saul, though. And now Jesus has played through. This could be the nail in the coffin here. Gabriel Jesus. Fuck! And in many ways there, Eggy to blame. Oh, he looked like he'd done everything right. And just the pass. And then, well, we'd committed so many men forward. Oh, Eggy has been the golden boy. He's been pretty much Mr. Perfect this season. But really there, well, our final chance to get something in this game quickly turned into it all being very quickly over. Really disappointing. Oh, and he's lost it again. He's run himself into the ground for the cause today. It's never going to work. Trent, good ball into Eggy. Good first touch. Into Hazard. No. Oh, it's fallen to Eggy. Finish it. No. What? Really didn't expect the ball there. That is unfortunate. Could have set something up here. It's just not been Eggy's day. Squirmed through. Suddenly ended up at his feet. He took the first touch. And then opened up his body, but Edison was equal. Unbelievable. Well, that was... It would have been way too little, way too late there anyway. Eggy turns away. Gets the shot off. Straight at Edison. Well... We're out of one of the cups, we've still got one left, and we're still in the league, but Manchester City with a better side today. There's no doubt about it. We gave them a bit of a run around in the second half. Could have conceivably made things more interesting, but then Eggy's mistake led to the second goal. That's how ruthless they are. Very realistic, as I said at the beginning. But I am a little disappointed. As the stats show there, we definitely played our way back into it. In the end, we ended up making more passes than them, more interceptions. Pretty much the same in terms of possession and shots. They were just clinical. We just weren't. Unlucky, really unlucky. Eggy gets a 6.5. In patches he was good, but he had chances, didn't take them. Well, far better teams than us have gone up against Manchester City and been beaten by far more. So unfortunately, that is where we crash out. We won't be making it into the semi-finals. It would have been nice, would have been really nice for a proper FA Cup run. It wasn't to be. Oh, Eggy just couldn't find the back of the net when required. He's up to 84 finishing now. We've got to put that behind us now as we make our way into the round of 32 in the Europa League, up against Levante. Hopefully we can bounce back against them. Little bit of admin. I'm actually going to watch Arsenal on Sunday at the Emirates. It's a bank holiday on Monday in the UK, so it's a national holiday essentially. No, there's not going to be an Eggy episode on Monday. Actually, there's definitely not. So you have to wait, unfortunately, until next Thursday for your next taste of Eggy, a week from today. But I'm sure you can understand. Every man needs a holiday, although I did have one recently. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, Levante, and then only 3 days later, United in the league. That's a big game as we continue to put the pressure on Liverpool. One thing we need to do before we get going is we are going to choose a new skill, and we are going to go for Militia. There's a few others we could have gone for, but considering how deadly Eggy is from free kicks, I think giving the possibility of more free kicks has got a nice ring to it. So we'll max that one out. Only 40 days. We've got loads more to learn. We need to start bolstering these, really. Right, let's get into it. Bit of Europa League action. Let's put the disappointing loss to Manchester City behind us and smash this team out of the park. A rare start for Danny Drinkwater. That's an interesting one. Emerson starts on the left. I guess he's probably the first choice left back, isn't he? He's pretty decent. 29 years old, though. Hazard on a downward arrow. We don't really have any other options out there. No time for Hudson-Odoi, even though he's on better form. It's unfortunate for him. Levante, no one that I know in there really. Don't know much about this team at all. 69 rated left back with a lovely beard. Beards either side actually. I don't know if there'll be much of a problem for us. I think he should be riled up after a difficult performance in the last game. Can he show what he's made of in this one? So back into the Europa League. Obviously it's a cup that Chelsea have won in the past, and with the FA Cup no longer an option, this would be a really, really good one to go for. We thought this might be our only way into Europe, which really shows how we've progressed in the league as we sit second now. But still a good way into Europe, there's no doubt about that. It's not the easy route, but in a cup competition anything can happen, and well, actually no, we don't want that. We don't want anything to happen. We want what should be happening, which is Chelsea to beat Levante. Let's go. Oh, that's a nice overlapping run from Coke. Into Morales, off the post. Boateng's there to put it home. And it's the home side who are off the mark here, without Chelsea really achieving much so far. It's a good overlapping run from the right back. Emerson just swung at that and missed. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Off the post. Very fortunate to fall to the Levante striker. But it did, and we're behind. Okay. Back to the drawing board. 7 minutes in. Got plenty of time though. Come on. Nice ball into Weggy. Can look to dictate play. Lovely turn away, but what a challenge there. Levante are up for this, as you'd expect. The underdogs in their home stadium. And now Dwamina will bring it forward. Oh, very quick from him. Great effort. Good save from Kepa. Okay, we need to be wary of this side. They look pretty sharp. Eggy just about bounces off his man there. That's nicely worked. Eggy out wide. Cut back in onto the left foot. Into the box now. Looks to get the shot away. Selfish play there from Eggy. He feels like he needs to play his way into this game after being dispossessed pretty easily a couple of times. He's on corner duties today. We don't often see that. Can we whip in a dangerous cross here? It's nicely weighted, but it's headed away. Kante will keep it alive into Barkley, and that's poor. Emerson into Hazard. That's a good ball into Morata. Plays it back looking for Eggy. Oh, he's taking it very wide here. Back to Kante. Oh, how have you missed that? How have you missed that? That was basic control, and now Dwamina is through on goal. Miranda nowhere near him. Another great save from Kepa. He's keeping us in this one at the moment. Oh, and what a turn from Morales. They're the better side by some stretch here. The overhead kick is well wide. We are really struggling here. Morales now. Back to Coke. Half-time nearly upon us here. Levante just taking their time. They look confident. They don't like anything's troubling them here. And Morales, it's a good ball to the far post. Dwamina just about misses that one. He rose above Nelson Semedo. But we have been bettered in every area of the pitch so far. Much like the Manchester City game, we've started very slowly. We've had a couple of chances, none of them significant, but an away goal still would be very important. So, we don't need to win this one, we do just need to score. Good ball into Eggy, and he'll turn away from Simon. Eggy inside, oh, that's lovely. Oh, and another is beaten. Eggy into the box now, well, there we are. That's how you do it. That's, if your team can't score, then just give it to Eggy. We were struggling scoring, so we went with the give it to Eggy and have him dribble past the entire team tactic, and he skipped away from that guy. By the time the defender had come out, Eggy threw another dummy and then curled it deliciously past the keeper. And honours are even again, and we've got that crucial away goal now. Right, now, hopefully we've broken their spirit by dribbling through their entire team with just one player. Let's go and score a few more. Let's put this tie to bed in this first leg. Ball out, oh, it's a lovely flick into Eggy. He's got Roba with him. Looks to cut inside, and he does. Can he get the shot off? That's good defending in the end. The ball just got away from Eggy. Oh, good header. Hazard into Morata. Eggy back into Eden Hazard. He's through here. Can he finish? Yes, he can. Well, quick reactions from Eggy as the move broke down. I mean, there wasn't really another option for Eggy. He had to play it into Hazard, who was steaming through. He finished well, despite being on a downward arrow, and from a losing position, we're now a goal up with two crucial away goals in this two-leg tie. And, yeah, well, you've just got to believe, haven't you? Good ball into Boateng here. Let's not give Dwamini another chance. Campagna, it's a clever ball. Jason couldn't get to it, though. Hazard will turn. Morata, that's a great turn. Eggy just about with him now. Eggy will step inside. Morata vacates the space. Eggy will have a go from distance, and that is a good, strong right hand to push it wide. Just a minute left here, and Levante are bombing forward. Simon finds Tonyo. Eggy trying to get back. He's our man. Let's not allow them to get a goal here. This 2-goal advantage is a really important one. Eggy caught in possession. Oh, no, still a few seconds left here. And it'll come out to Simon. Inside to... Oh, Eggy, great work. Get it away. Yes, okay. So, bit of defending there for Eggy at the end, but it was his contribution with the mazy run to start off the scoring for Chelsea that turned this game around. It gave us the confidence to go on and get 2 important away goals. Levante will be gutted. If anything, they scored too early, allowing us plenty of time to get back into it. And get back into this tie we certainly did. But they had the chances. They just weren't... Oh, not many on target, though. That's unfortunate. We troubled their keeper a few times. Eggy gets man of the match. Another world-class goal from him to add to that goal of the season compilation that may or may not exist. Probably won't. But it would be good. Let's just imagine it in our heads. Okay, everyone? Imagine your favourite... I mean, there's been so many. Not got time. Right, let's move on. So there we have it. Perfect start. Well, not the perfect start. 2-0 would have been the perfect start. Well, 10... Well, anyway. A good start. A really good start. Still more goals than appearances this season. And 23 assists. We've got to stay above 7 for the season. That is the goal. We're well on our way there. Speed is up to 88 now. Unwavering balance 89. He is so hard to knock off the ball. And 84 stamina as well. Let's not forget. He's turning into a machine for the whole game, pretty much. He can do 90 at full pace, almost. So only 3 days later, Eggy, in saying that about his stamina, we did put in a hell of a shift in that game. We will start today. I'd imagine we're going to be slightly fatigued. Let's just remind ourselves of the Premier League table. Manchester United, they're only 8 points off first place, and a win today would take them within 2 of us. So, big game, absolute big game. It's a top 5 rival, and we're going to Old Trafford as well, which adds a little bit of nerves, I'm sure, even to players at the top level, like Eggy Milanovic. He's only 80 rated still as a winger. Attacking midfield is his position by trade. I think he'd be 85 by now if he was there, but it's not affecting him at all. So, Jorginho back in the midfield. Van Ginkel will start today. Arba leader in the centre. A bit worried about how he'll get on against Romelu Lukaku, who is a beast. Juan Mata, the cutest man in football, out on the right wing. One of my personal favourites. And then Pogba, 85 rated in the midfield. That's interesting. And David De Gea, still 88 rated. It's going to be tough to beat. Let's get into it. So staying on the topic of Juan Mata, I don't know if I've professed my love to him in the past before, but he's just a great guy. Just a really genuine, lovely guy. I don't know if you've ever read his blog. It's worth a look. He signs off every blog with hugs. Ah, cute little lovely man. Lovely Spaniard man. And obviously ex-Chelsea player as well. He was disrespected by Jose Mourinho at Chelsea and at Manchester United. Not quite so much at United, but still disrespected. It's a damn shame. But, you know, he was Chelsea's best player for such a long time. Player of the season multiple times when they're at their height as well. But yeah, he's a bit in decline. And he's definitely not as dynamic as Eggy out on that wing. But he can still do a job. And he's in possession now. And that's a very poor cross. Alright, let's forget that happened. Hazard, Morata exchange passes. That's a lovely ball in looking for Eggy. Diaz is there. Did we get a touch to that? No, it's a corner. Diaz got all of that. Van Ginkel back to Eggy. It's a clever ball into Morata. Great take! And the finish is there. Smart finish from Morata as well. Just played it into the ground. It's quite often the better option for a centre forward. It's a clever way of finishing. Thierry Henry was a big fan of that. Just hit it down. You never know where it's going to bounce. And this time, well, it's sort of half bounced over De Gea. But a really exciting spell of play to start this game off. And Eggy, a deft chip over the head of who was that? I think it's someone who doesn't normally play for United. But anyway, we're ahead here at Old Trafford. Eggy pulling the strings as ever. A very cute little flick. And then into the ground, just sort of bouncing, well, sort of around and over De Gea. Good stuff, good start. Hazard. Around the corner looking for Eggy and it just about finds him. Phil Jones there with us. Eggy to the line. Nicely worked. Back to Morata. At his sparkling best, Eggy is at the moment. And, well, Morata once again benefits from some incredible footwork there. Eggy putting the fear of God in Phil Jones. He is not the man to mark Eggy in these positions. Skips back inside far too easily. And he's away from Valencia. These are some ageing players at this point. And neither of them were particularly quick even in their prime. Phil Jones just lagging behind there. And Eggy pulls it back to Morata. It's a good finish again. Oh, Eggy nicks it back from Gulam. Been an absolute pain in their arse today so far, Eggy Milanovic, but we lose the ball there. Oh, and Sanchez lets it run. rolling back the years with some actually good football into Lukaku on the turn, and Kepa, a very strong arm there to keep that one out. There's a corner here with only 5 minutes left in this one. Good to keep the 2-goal advantage going into the half. It's whipped in, Matic is there, and the ex-Chelsea man, one of 3, is it just 3? Yeah, it would be 3, I guess, 3 ex-Chelsea men in the squad. He's got no problem celebrating. I mean, it's been a while, but that's too... It's actually fairly muted celebrations from Nemanja Matic as he brings the ball back. Let's see there. I mean, he's definitely celebrating. Well, is he? I don't know. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Anyway, we didn't want to concede, but we have. Let's definitely not concede another in the final 5 minutes of this half. That'll be half-time here. Well, it's a brace from Alvaro Morata, which Eggy provided for him. Eggs on a plate. But it does appear that we haven't really managed to translate our advantage in terms of possession into chances. Hopefully in the second half we can. I think another goal might kill this one off. Although Manchester United have got a lot of firepower, we need to be very wary. That's pretty obvious. Anyway, let's go. Now a corner. Gulam, easy for him. Kante can keep it alive. Eggy wants it here, into the box. Gets the shot away. Forces De Gea to get down quickly. And get down quickly he does. To prevent what would have been the 3rd goal for Chelsea here. Let's take a look at this run from Eggy. Into a bit of space. It's a good ball. Just works the angle. It's a very, very good stop. High ball. Lukaku. Great hold up. Sanchez now. Slips it back into the Belgian. Out to Gulam. Martial at the far post. Off the bar. Martial again. Oh, wow. Didn't think we were going to survive that. And we may still not. Fred into Lukaku on the half turn. Great challenge there, Jorginho. And he'll clear. Doesn't matter where. Need to get that away, but what a header from Morata. Hazard now. Could he hold it up long enough for Eggy to make a good run into the box? No, he smartly takes it wide. Looks for the return ball from Hazard. Oh, it's unlucky. Manchester United piling the pressure on here. Lukaku on the turn. Araujo into the box. Don't take him down. Martial back to Draxler. The 2 second half substitutes. Sanchez's effort. Eggy's back to defend. He can get it away here into Morata. Can we take a bit of the pressure off the defence at the moment? Oh, what a ball over the top from Trent. Morata, incredible first touch. Can we kill this one off here? Oh, yes. Alvaro Morata. Once the subject of much comedy on this channel, but no longer, no more shall I take his name in vain. He has been excellent and he's finished off United today. They were all over us. 2-2 looked like the most likely scoreline for most of this second half. Then Trent Alexander-Arnold unpicked the back line as Phil Jones was out of position. He couldn't get back quick enough. Morata finishes past his countryman De Gea. And that is a really, really big win for Chelsea today against a top 5 rival. That first touch, very, very nice. Rolls it onto his weaker foot to finish as well. Pure class. Pure class. I won't hear a bad word against him. So seconds left in this one. Will Pogba be able to get a consolation? Yes, he will. That was predictable, but it's far, far too little too late from Manchester United. Time is already up here. It's unfortunate to allow them to get a second, but the all-important third sealed it for us here, as we knew it would. And that will be time, gentlemen, please, here in Manchester. And it's a hat-trick from Alvaro Morata. And, yeah, he deserves no less than the match ball today. He was excellent. The first 2, it was eggs on a plate. The second one, well, you've got to give it to him. I mean, Trent, obviously, with the great ball through, but excellent centre-forward play. Just absolutely perfect, pretty much. And a massive 3 points for Chelsea today. Takes the sting off the Manchester City result a bit. Well, look at that. 4 shots on target, 3 goals. Very, very efficient. David De Gea is shaky in this as he is currently in real life. Kepa did play really well. He made some important saves. Unfortunately, no man of the match for Eggy today, but, you know, Alvaro probably deserved it. How will that see us in the league? Well, Liverpool losing 2-0 to their City rivals Everton. That is a big, big result. And we're top of the league, yes! Well, look at that. The goal difference is huge. And actually, we're starting to claw back some of the against goal difference as well. We're only 11 behind Liverpool on that one, but we've scored 67 goals. That's mental. We've scored more than double the goals of 8th place Everton. Pretty impressive. They have conceded less than us. But anyway, 30 goal difference. That's an extra point. Not going to catch us there. It's unlikely. And, well, we're on exactly the same record as Liverpool. but we've scored significantly more goals. Can we stay here? I don't know. Is it amazing that we've managed this anyway? Yes, it's very, very hard to get to the top of the league. There's normally one team that runs away with it, but we've kept Liverpool in sight. And now finally we're past them. Now what we've got to do is win every single game to the end of the season. Easy as that. So in the next episode, we're back to Levante. Well, Levante are back to us. With the away goals advantage, that should be doable. And then we go away to Everton, who just beat Liverpool. That's going to be an interesting one. Good to see Alvaro Morata joining us in the goal rankings. Eggy on 29 goals for the season so far. Bloody hell. Anyway, as I said, there's not going to be an episode on Monday, so join me again next Thursday for a bit of Eggy action. I'll see you in a bit.